The families of the Cradock Four have waited for 36 years for justice to be served for their loved ones who were killed by the apartheid government. They say the death of the last apartheid president, FW de Klerk, has now opened old wounds as he will go to his grave without revealing the full truth. 4 anti-apartheid activists, that's Matthew Goniwe, Sparrow Mkhonto, Fort Calata and Sicelo Mhlawuli, were killed in 1985, pardon me. Nomonde Calata says she is disappointed and angry at the NPA for failing to provide closure to the families as well. In fact, she joins us now from Cradock in the Eastern Cape. She joins us via a phone call this morning. Nomonde, it's great to talk to you this morning on what must be an incredibly difficult day for you in so many ways. Take us through your thoughts yesterday on hearing of the passing of FW de Klerk.
Thank you, Michelle, and good morning to the viewers. You know, Michelle, yesterday I woke up with a funny feeling. I don't know, was it an angry feeling or a sad feeling, but I had this feeling. I even said to my cousin that I feel like screaming. I don't know what is bothering me, but it's something that is really bothering me. And a few minutes thereafter, a friend of mine called and told me that Deputy Minister of Justice called him to tell him that Mr. de Klerk is in a critical state. He is no longer on medication. And immediately I just felt like the disappointment feeling started to come up more. And a few minutes thereafter, I heard that he passed on. I became very angry. I was very angry yesterday because at that moment I felt that it is always a big disappointment to us when these people are running away with death to come out and tell us what happened that day, because this is not the only one that died recently that had information about the death of our husbands. And Mr. de Klerk, we have been calling out so many times to him, for him not to come out and tell what happened. He knew that he had cancer for a very long time, and he knew that we are longing for justice into this case of our husband. He knew about that. He knew about a lot of things. He had an opportunity a lot of time to come out to us and tell what happened. That's why I felt so angry yesterday when I heard that he passed on. I was not heartbroken. I was angry.
Yeah. Did you manage to watch the video that was released by the FW de Klerk Foundation just moments after the announcement was made that he had in fact passed away, where he talks about the atrocities of apartheid and where he apologizes for what happened, he says, to black, brown and Indian people? Did you manage to see that?
Yes, I managed to watch the video. It also made me more angry because I feel that what he had said on a video, he had that opportunity to come out and tell us about his involvement in the killings of our husbands. He had that opportunity. He waited for this time so that he can say it on a video. And what I asked myself is that, when did he make the video? Did he make it yesterday morning? Did he make it last week? Did he make it last month? When did he make the video? Who is he trying to fool by making that video? Because I, for one, don't even have sympathy for that video. I don't, that video just made me more angry because always these people are waiting for the right time to be able to do things. They waited for the amnesty to come out. knowing very well that they have killed our husband, but they waited for that opportunity of the Truth Commission. And now he waited for his death before he can apologize to the people of South Africa of what they have done. For me, I feel that these people are cruel over and over and over. And they are running away from telling us the truth of what happened to our husband. And it saddened me because even our own government doesn't have that power, you know, to help us to get the truth out of these apartheid murderers. They don't have that power. I don't know why can't our government help us to get rest and get peace and a peace of mind, because we can't, we can't get rest. I was telling somebody the other day that I don't know how to mourn for my husband since he died. I don't know that I ever had a chance to mourn for his death, because I've been fighting all these years for the truth to come out. But it still continues to hurt us, because I'm really, really angry for de Klerk to die before he could tell us what is happening.
And you mentioned his role in what unfolded through the security branch of the apartheid government. And you're talking about his role when he was head of the then Security Council. And in fact, he talked about this at the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, which you also mentioned. And he said, you know, the National Party is prepared to accept responsibility. This was in his submission to the TRC. It is prepared to accept responsibility for the policies that it adopted and for the actions taken by office bearers in the implementation of those policies. But even at the TRC, he said the NP is not prepared to accept responsibility for the so-called criminal actions of a handful of operatives under these security forces, of which the party, he said at the time, was not aware. So this is the response that we still have insofar as the deaths of the Cradock Four and so many other anti-apartheid activists is concerned, insofar as what FW de Klerk was willing to concede to. And now we will have no more than that.
No, we won't. That is what is frustrating. That is what is frustrating, is that he's no more there. So which means that we will never be able to face him, and so that he can admit what he has done to us. And that is really, really frustrating. That is really frustrating. I so much wish that really the NPA, after all this death of de Klerk, they will learn a lesson so that they can speed up with the. I don't even think there's investigations that is supposed to be done, because this thing is so much well known out there that the state security is responsible for the death of our husbands, and some of those people are still alive. They must just go to those people and charge them with murder and prosecute them for what they have done. Those who are still alive. I don't see it when they say they want to investigate. What are they going to investigate? Because there are so much information out there that already came out. That is why today de Klerk died. It's because of these long investigations that is going on. I don't know how many times did the Hawks came to my house to investigate, and nothing of those investigations, came up with something positive.
Yeah. Nomonde, your son, Lucanio, yesterday also releasing a statement in response to the death of FW de Klerk, and he says, as you have done as well now, that he's disappointed that de Klerk died before his alleged role in the killings of the Cradock Four and others was interrogated by the court. I mean, you've talked about the issues around the lag insofar as the NPA's role in bringing these cases to justice, the issues around the Cradock Four and I believe it's 20 cases stemming from the TRC, which nobody applied for amnesty for, which should have been taken to the court via the NPA. I want to talk to you about the issue of political will around the prosecution of the cases like the Cradock Four and many others. And perhaps the President's response yesterday to the death of FW de Klerk goes some way in pointing towards whether there is that political will, with the President himself not giving any kind of critical statement around the legacy of FW de Klerk, but just talking about the important role that he played in our transition to democracy.
I was disappointed when I hear that coming out from the President. Of course, he will say that. But the problem is Mr. de Klerk's foundation once issued out a statement pointing out that there is some political leaders that may be implemented into this death of the Cradock Four, and I feel that it can be true because because of all the delays and because of their actions, because of their no response, because of them neglecting us and leaving us running around all by ourselves, as if that our husbands were not fighting for the same democracy that we are in today. And that is really hurting to learn that we are just left alone, ignored, not heard to. Nobody is listening to our voices. We've been shouting and doing all these things. Nobody came out. I can't remember for a single moment since we started to shout out for justice that the President has said anything about our cases or saying anything that, to us as families about what we are need for what we need for justice.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nomonde Calata, let me thank you for your time this morning on the AM report. More reaction after the death of FW de Klerk, the last apartheid president, dying yesterday at the age of 85. Nomonde Calata is the wife of one of the Cradock Four, Fort Calata. She says that old wounds have been opened, and now FW de Klerk has gone to his grave without giving some of the answers that the families like her have been looking for.